Merhaba. Bu hafta Türkçe okudum. This week I tested growth mindset. There are two types of mindset, fixed and growth mindset. Fixed mindset says that those are the cards we were dealt, those are the things we're good at, and those are the things we're bad at, and we cannot change that. We are fixed. Especially when we grow up, when we are after 30 years old, it's done. The things you are good at, you're good at. The things you are bad at, you're bad at. Growth mindset says that no matter what cards you were dealt, at any moment in your life, you can change them. If you're bad at something, you can change that. And if you want to be good at something, you can learn that. So this week, I was testing exactly the power of growth mindset. I worked with a coach, with one of the best in the world, Dr. Sherry Carter Scott. And with her help, I tried to test whether or not growth mindset works. What I decided to learn this week was a new language. Why I decided to learn a new language? Because all my life, I believed that I'm bad at learning languages. Yes, I know how to speak English, and it's not my native language, but I learned English over the course of 30 years, and I was always surrounded with cartoons, movies, video games, everything was on English. In school, I was studying English for over 15 years, so I learned a decent amount of English, but I started from very, very young. However, all the other languages that I tried to learn over the course of my life till now, I really suck at. I'm not even A1. I always thought that I'm bad at learning languages. So I thought to myself, what is the one language that I thought I'll never be able to learn? And if you asked me 5 years ago, before I met my wife, I would have said absolutely Turkish language. First, I didn't understand the language at all. Second, it sounded so hard to learn. It just didn't click in my mind. I just didn't understand anything they were talking about. So I said, okay, if I can learn a new language, specifically Turkish, in 7 days, then I will prove that growth mindset coaching works, that growth mindset exists, and that we, at any moment, can learn whatever we want and improve. If I can learn a new language, especially Turkish, then anybody can learn anything. So this week I tested exactly that, and these are the results. Welcome to week 2. This week I'm testing growth mindset and I'm trying to learn Turkish in 7 days. That's why I created 3 levels that will determine how good I am in completing this week's challenge. As you can see here in this notebook, I don't know if you can see it very well because I was always the talent for drawing and writing. So I'm just gonna tell you the 3 levels. Level 1 is for me to understand my wife, speaking Turkish of course, and speak 5 minutes at least with my mother-in-law over the phone, video call, only in Turkish. It's level 1. If I can do that, I can do anything. Level 2 is me going from my current level Turkish, which is basically A0, to A2 within 7 days. And level 3 is me reaching B1. Let's see what I can accomplish. So let's see what I can accomplish within 7 days. Okay, so what's the strategy? I'm able to use AI tools and everything I can find online, which is free for me to learn Turkish. However, I'm not allowed to pay somebody to teach me. That's why I will go today on one of the AI models. Maybe it's gonna be Gemini or ChatGPT, and we're gonna design a curriculum for me, a speed up curriculum for speed learning. So in 7 days, I can go at least from A1 to A2 and more ambitiously to B1. But we will see. So I will let an AI model be my Turkish tutor and I will see how it goes. Tomorrow, I'm speaking with Dr. Sherry Carter Scott and she will probably give me some tools and techniques on how I can move through this journey and open my mind even more. I was curious, so I went on Google and I tried to check how possible it is to go from A1 to A2 in 7 days. And I was shocked. Too much time. Then I immediately went to Gemini and asked it to create for me a whole curriculum for speed learning. After it did that, I immediately started learning about the Turkish grammar, about different words, and just the basics of Turkish language. After that, I just wanted to prove myself to my wife and I tried testing myself to speak with her.
Nasıl gidiyor Türkçe öğrenmen? öğrenebildi mi bir şeyler Türkçe?
Evet.
Neler öğrendin?
Dün
Dün, bugün,
5-6 dün.
5-6 dün,
6 dün.
6 dün.
6 dün Türkiye.
Aa, 6 gün boyunca Türkçe öğrenmiş. Bugün birinci günümüz. Neyliydi? Peynirli. Sosrenye, peynirli.
Evet.
Evet. Peynirli. Benim adım Bengi.
Deni.
Deniz.
Deni.
Kaç yaşındasın Deniz?
Stop torturing me.
I said how old are you?
After
How old are you?
12. After that ridiculous attempt of me trying to understand and speak Turkish, I went back and I continued studying. I was a little bit worried because as I checked on Google, it said that it takes over 100 hours of studying minimum for somebody to go from A1 to A2, and I didn't have that much time in my day to study. I had maximum 3 to 4 hours per day, and in 1 week, that's not even close to 100 hours. I was hoping that tomorrow Dr. Sherry will give me what I need to make this challenge a success.
Here you are.
Hey Dr. Sherry, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can.
So the purpose is for me to test how powerful a coaching session is, especially within this context. If somebody, let's say, wants to learn something and they are doing it on their own, it's gonna take them a lot of time. But if you're trying to learn and then you do a coaching session with somebody, a coach like yourself, how much the improvement will be in the learning itself, how faster you can learn, how much you can push yourself and your mental capabilities.
I want to state what you said to me and see if it's accurate. Number one, you want to test to see if it's possible to learn Turkish in 7 days, specifically enough Turkish to be able to speak with your mother-in-law.
Yes.
Okay. You want to take away the experience of how powerful is coaching with something very specific and very tangible. And you'd also like to have one tool or technique to overcome obstacles at the end of our time together.
Yes.
Okay. How did it go from yesterday to today with your experiment?
I'm being brutally bullied by my wife. She's laughing at my
You are cute.
Turkish. Cute is another word for ridiculous. It was, to be honest, I kind of impressed myself. I'm learning faster than I thought possible. However, it's just like 1% of what I need to do. And when I'm seeing the rest of the 99%, I'm kind of getting overwhelmed. So it's faster than I thought possible, but still not even close to what I need to do.
What did you do to learn English?
It was kind of like part of my life since I was a kid. And I
Okay.
mainly learned it from watching movies and playing video games, but I was also going to English classes.
I don't know the answer to this question at all, but are there, I suspect, are there movies in Turkish?
Absolutely, yeah.
Have you watched any so far?
So far, no, because I don't understand it.
Okay, so now I'm just slightly confused because you said one of the tools that you used to learn English was to watch movies in English. And that's something that works for you because you speak great English. True?
Absolutely.
And I think you like movies also.
I love movies.
So is that a bad idea for you to watch a Turkish movie? I was hearing like the happy Dijon, and then I was hearing the pressure Dijon, but you were also saying at the same time that you like to push your limits.
Yes.
So maybe there's a place in between the happy, the pressure, and the pushing in the middle, pushing the limits that merges the two sides. I don't know, I'm just guessing.
Absolutely it is. And it's like this sweet spot that you really articulated right now. I haven't even thought about it.
All right, terrific. Now, I'm going to ask you a running interference question, which means, what do we do if overwhelm shows up? No
I know.
choice.
Actually, if overwhelm comes, I can just change the format I'm learning Turkish. So, for example, if I'm learning the words and I get overwhelmed, I can just go and put a YouTube video, and I can just change the environment and everything just to get away from the overwhelm.
Great. Okay, so YouTube video sounds like the strategy. Now, if irritated guy shows up, what are you going to do?
Irritated guy like that. I guess I should just chill and take like 5-10 minutes break or meditate. What usually happens is in those moments when I'm irritated, I'm kind of like forgetting that I'm irritated, so I'm keep pushing and keep getting more irritated. So I need like a reminder to just, you are gonna be faster if you slow down.
Do you want to write that on a piece of paper or
I can,
something?
by the way, in the journal. I'll start the journal with that.
Is it enough to have it in the journal, or do you need it anywhere else? Because I suspect irritated guy isn't going to go look in the journal.
Maybe I can put it on my computer screen, because if I put it in my phone screen, I'm not usually with my phone, but computer screen, I'm usually with the computer. So yeah.
Is there anybody else who could show up who might be an obstacle to your goal?
I can think of one more guy, like the,
Okay.
how to call them, the depresito guy, who might just realize that I'm not doing good and just judge me and just say it's not gonna be possible. And it usually comes when I realize that I'm not as good as I predicted at a certain period.
What are you going to say to him?
I'm just gonna remind myself that it's an experiment and that it's not life or death. It's just an experiment, and I already did much better than I was expecting from the beginning. So
Great. Okay. So that's really important. Not life or death. It's just an experiment. So have fun with it. Stop making it significant. Did we miss anything?
to be honest, I don't think so. This is even more than I expected. So
Okay.
I have complete strategy to be able to maintain the sweet spot for 7 days.
Mhm.
It's much more fun now than it was before our call. So now I feel it's much more fun because I have also the structure and the perfect Turkish day. And I'm also reminded of what really helps me learn, which is not maybe the conventional path, but it's more of my own path of just mimicking and learning and watching and observing. So I guess that's everything.
That's terrific. I think you did a wonderful job. And I would acknowledge myself if I were you. I am here to support you, so you can reach out to me.
Yeah, I'm super grateful and thankful. The whole point of this is for me to test growth mindset, to test that every one of us, even the thing maybe you hated the most 5 years, you can still learn with the right coachings, with the right tools and techniques, and right motivation and discipline. So everything is possible. Our minds are plastic. They can adapt and change and grow and learn, and we can all learn everything. So you don't need to play with the cards that you have. You can change the cards and play with the ones that you want.
So great. I love it. I'll share one little thing with you. In learning Thai, when I got to Thailand, I said to myself, I'll never learn this language. It's way too hard. There are 44 consonants and 23 vowels, and they're all over the place, and I will never be able to do this ever, ever, ever.
Oh my God. It looks like alien language.
And then bit by bit, I started learning Sawadee-ka, and I started learning words and greetings and things. And what is this? Oh, that's Manao. That's a little line. Oh, that's a Manao. So I started learning it, but learning it from the child's mind perspective.
I love what you said. This is so powerful that you mentioned, because I believe a lot of grown-ups, where they get stuck the most in learning and using their growth mindset capabilities, they're learning from their adult self, from the logical, I have to need to do this. And now everything makes sense why you were bringing me back to the fun and the child place, this sweet spot. Because when you learn from that place, you kind of having fun and playing with the learning process, and you find certain logics that maybe a grown-up will not find. And these logics are like your shortcut to learning. And when you get back to the child self, I guess your growth mindset naturally opens up.
I'm here if you need me, okay? And I'm with you sitting on your shoulder.
Thank you so much, Dr. Sherry. After the coaching call with Dr. Sherry that night, me and my wife decided to watch a Turkish movie, and it wasn't as boring as I thought it would be. In fact, it was very fun, and even though I didn't understand even 10% of the movie, it was still fun discovering a new culture. We finished watching the movie, then we went to the kitchen to prepare dinner together, and we decided to speak on Turkish.
Deniz Türkçe öğreniyor.
Tamam.
Belki Makedonca.
Öğrenmiyor.
Ben Makedonca öğreniyorum.
Oo, benim gelin yapıyordun çok güzel yemek. My wife was really supportive. She was trying really to teach me the basics of Turkish, the shortcuts, how to understand the words, and I'm super thankful for her on this journey. While I was working, I was also playing some Pepe Pig on YouTube on Turkish. Yeah, don't judge me. And after that, I was continuing to study with the curriculum that Gemini created for me. They say if you want to learn something, you need to combine it with a strong emotion. So I decided to do something crazy and combine learning Turkish with a strong emotion. This is really painful, by the way.
I'm sorry baby, this
Oh,
is the
fuck.
challenge.
Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck.
You can put whatever you want this time.
I am not a pussy.
Describe your favorite place in your country, Turkish. Let's see
In
how.
Turkish way.
Yeah. Haydi, speak Turkish. I cannot hear. Speak to my ear.
Favorit?
Favori.
Favori şurada. Place.
Yeah.
Benim favorit place. Place ne?
Yer.
Ne yer. Benim ne favorit? Park. Park benim. Benim ne favorit? Nie. Çok güzel. Çok güzel hava. Ben park ediyorum. Park çok yeşil. Çok çiçek. Çiçekler.
Bravo bedenime.
Relax. Kitap. Kitap yok okuyorum.
I feel sad bre.
Kitap okuyorum. Kitap okumak çok istiyorum. Park gidiyorum. Perfect kitap istiyor.
Aman be, I'm sorry be. I feel
Relax.
so sad about my own husband right now. He's struggling in front of me.
Başka? Başka? Especially gün hava, çocuk hava,
Çiçek.
park, yeşiller. Ben
Güneş.
relax, kitap okuyorum.
Bravo be.
Çok güzel.
Bravo. Yogurt is belong
Ben
to who?
Makedonya. Ben
Haydi.
Evet.
Flip it one more time.
yes.
Abi.
Hoş bulduk. Yekmek Show ile Şef Beyaz. Bugün yekmek yumurta. Altta yumurta var. Ama ekmek yok.
I made learning fun, and as I was learning, I was gaining more and more confidence to speak without feeling ashamed that I might sound ridiculous. What really helped me was speaking with my wife and having the intent of actually trying to understand what she's trying to say.
Ne iş yapıyorsun?
Ben uçlak marketing yapıyorum. Bugün nereye gidiyorsun?
Henüz bir plan yapmadım. Ama seninle bir plan yapacağız muhtemelen.
Dün nereye gidiyordun?
Dün işteydim. İşten çıktım eve geldim. Yemek yap vesaire. Derken yoruldum. Uyudum. Dizi bile izleyemedim. Ama bugün Makedonya'da tatil. Türkiye'de de Kurban Bayramı bugün. Annemin bayramını kutlamamız lazım.
Kurban
Şimdi-
bayram kutlu olsun.
Evet, teşekkür ederim. Senin de Kurban Bayramın kutlu olsun.
Teşekkür.
Bugün ne yaptığımızı biliyor musun? Türkler olarak nasıl kutladığımızı.
Kurban
Kurban bizim kedi.
bugün benim anne arıyorum.
Evet.
It was the final day. I continued studying a little bit more and the time has come.
Merhaba anne, nasılsın?
Teşekkür ederim. İyiyim. Sen nasılsın?
Vay çok iyiyim. Biz güzel biraz yorgunum. Market gidiyorum, market gidit, yumurta, ekmek aldım ama çok sıcak.
Alışveriş yaptım.
Tamam. Nasıl İzmir'le hava?
İzmir'de hava çok sıcak. Sen neler yapıyorsun? Neler yapıyorsun? Gününü nasıl geçiriyorsun? Hobilerin neler?
Çok güzel. Burada çok sıcak. Bu hafta çok sıcak. Bu hafta ne yapıyorsun?
The conversation was going better than I expected.
Ben ve Bengü biz poligon gidit. Bengü çok güzel atışıyor.
Dikkat et.
Çok güzel.
I was actually able to speak with my mother-in-law. And instead of just 5 minutes, the conversation went over 20 minutes. We were talking, having fun. I realized it's not about just talking Turkish. It's about connection.
Çok mutlu. Ben çok mutlu konuşuyorum Türkçe seninle.
Ben de çok mutlu oldum. Çok güzel konuşuyorsun.
Konuşuyorum ama
Yap.
anlamıyorum.
Anlıyorsun.
Anlıyorum.
Evet, evet.
Anlıyorum.
Bravo.
Evet.
Çok güzel.
Ya
Evet.
7 gün bir hafta.
Çok güzel. Alkışlıyorum seni.
Teşekkürler.
Bravo.
Teşekkürler.
Bravo.
As we lost ourselves in the conversation, my father was calling, so I needed to close the call. And then the time came for the final exam. It was time for me to test everything I learned these past 7 days. So I went on one free Turkish language level test on the internet. I did my test, I got the result, and I was shockingly surprised. It said intermediate. I didn't know what is level intermediate, so I went on Google and I checked, and it turns out that it's B1. I couldn't believe my eyes because I'm definitely not B1. So I went again on Gemini and I asked it to create a final exam for me so I can really test what level I am, because I don't believe I'm B1 Maybe grammatically I touch on some levels of B1, but I'm definitely not speaking as a B1 level, so I wanted to test again. And I was right. I am A2 with a small touch into B1, which is an absolutely great success for me. This week definitely shocked me. I exceeded my own expectations. I went basically from level 0, not having a clue about the language, to having real conversations with people. Now, how I did this? I realized 3 things. First one is that as we grow up, we kind of get worse in learning. Not because of something that we cannot change, but because of our mindset. When we were young, we did not care. But when we grow older, we don't want to look ridiculous starting something new. So there are 2 things that really prevent us from learning. First one, either we take things too seriously, we get overwhelmed and then we quit, or we are too much ashamed to look ridiculous learning something new. In both cases, we give up and we don't give ourselves a chance to learn something new. When we were young, we didn't have any of these 2 things. We had eyes of wonder and we had curiosity. We did everything fun. Learning was fun because we made it fun. And that is the key ingredient in growth mindset, to make things fun, to find that sweet spot between doing the challenge, learning, and the kid. The sweet spot is making things fun. So that's the first thing. Second thing, you need to have the right strategies to deal with the obstacles that might arise on your path. We all have self-doubt, we all have voices that show up whenever we feel self-doubt. Oh, it's too much, I cannot learn. Or the depressito guy telling you,
We will never win. We are worse than we were yesterday. Maybe you should quit and give up.
and the main thing for you is to have the right strategies to deal with these voices so you don't get affected by them. And this is key, because these voices, 99% of people, why they started learning and they stopped, is because of this voice convinced them that they are not good at the thing that they want to learn. Of course they're not good, they're learning. Having Dr. Sherry on my side and working with her has been one of the best experiences that I've ever experienced. She is, for all the right reasons, considered the mother of coaching, and personally I love her new book, Life is a Game, Life Lessons Learned, Living the Rules for Being Human. If you want to grab her book or if you want to get touch in Dr. Sherry, I will leave all the links in the description. If you go there, you're going to find everything you need to get in touch with her. Now the third thing is the most important thing. And it's actually believing in growth mindset. Believing that your mind is plastic, your brain is plastic, and it can reshape. That you can learn new things. How I went from 0, not knowing anything about the language, to having conversations and reaching A2 level in just 7 days. It's not that I'm super talented. It's not that I have a great hand. It's not that I'm something special. It's because I had the right mindset and I believe it was possible. So forget about the cards. You don't need the cards. You don't need the hand. You already have something far more powerful than any hand you've ever been dealt, or any hand you can ever get. And that's your ability to learn whatever you choose to, your growth mindset. That, my friend, that's your wild card.